Hey, what's going on, dudes? My name is TDC and welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft world. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. Dudes, we are gonna do some chisel and bits today. I had an idea for kind of a spot that's been around for a long time in this world that I just couldn't really figure out what we wanted to do. And now that we have chisel and bits and stuff installed, I think it's gonna be pretty awesome. Actually, it's going to be a lot of work, so this is going to be kind of a choppy episode where I just come back in and show you what we got going on, but it's going to be a lot of detailed chisel and bits work. So hopefully I can finish it today. That's the plan, but we'll see what happens. So anyways, without further ado, let's head over here, and you can kind of see I've already got a little spot picked out, but it's this area right here. Now, we've had this spot for I don't even know how long, man. It's been just blank, empty, sitting over here with a bunch of torches and stuff on it. And I just figured we might as well try to do something here. And we're going to make a fountain, right? So we're going to do like a really cool fountain. We may do some like chairs or benches or something kind of around here just so people can kind of sit and do whatever they want. But I want to do a lot of detail work on this fountain to see what all we can really accomplish with chisel and bits. So this is how big I'm thinking of making it, to the edge of this grass block here. So I just kind of laid everything out so I can kind of see what's going on and how big I want to make things. But we are going to try to make a perfect sphere inside this area right here, inside the grass blocks. So each one of these blocks is 16 pixels wide, and so that gives us a total, I think, of 16 times 3, what is that? It's 48, right? So this is like 96 blocks or something. 96 pixels wide. I'm not real sure. I'm gonna have to do all the calculation first because I'm gonna be using a circle generator, so plots.co.uk, and hopefully we'll be able to line it all up and everything like that. But it's gonna be a really big project, but I'm hoping once I get started with it, it's gonna start going a little bit smoother. So I'm about to go brew up a whole pot of coffee and get this going, so I cannot think of a better way to spend my night here. So this is gonna be a lot of fun. But I guess what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to lay out the circle here, and then I'll come back and show you what that looks like, and then from there we'll mess around with a little bit and then we'll see what happens. So give me a little bit, and yeah, wish me luck. Alright, so here's what I got so far. Man, this has been 30 minutes worth of work right here, getting this all set up and done. Let's go ahead and get rid of that guy right there. Does not need to be there, but yeah, so as you can see, we have a radius of 96 blocks, or a circumference. I'm not sure which is which. It's been a while since I took algebra, but yeah, so it's a really big circle is basically what's going on here. And these are the blocks that I brought over to use, and I'm hoping that they will look right when all is said and done. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come up, I'm going to follow the outline of this circle all the way around, just one in. And basically, let's see, are we on drawn region? Drawn region is like the most useful thing there is in the world. But yeah, so we can basically just draw lines like this, and I'm gonna go around this whole circle probably like 3 times, 3 or 4 times, just so we kind of have like a nice bevel around the outside of this circle here. And once we get there, then we'll come up and kind of make it probably about maybe like 3/4 of a block tall. I'm not exactly sure how tall we want to make it, but that's the plan anyway. And then once we get there, then we'll come back and we can start working on replacing some of the blocks that we have inside here, because I don't think I'm real sold on the stone texture. And then we'll be getting rid of the cross eventually, but I'm kind of going to use that to start building the sculpture type thing in the middle, because basically what I'm wanting to do here is to build some sort of little tower with maybe like a big bowl or something like that, and then we'll go up again, make a smaller bowl, and then on top we'll make another little bowl. And then we're going to be using water chisel bits to have the water pouring from the top to the next one, down to the bottom one, and then down to this one, which is going to be like the biggest pool. So I think it should be really cool when it's all said and done, but man, this is going to be a lot of work. So like I said, this is going to be kind of a choppy episode with just, hey, look what I did for a little bit, and then we'll come back and take a look and see what's going on, and you know, all that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to work here because this is gonna take all night, and yeah, we'll be back. It's becoming a thing. It's like a big bathtub or something right now. Yeah, so this is what I got so far. This is going to be the basic shape of the bottom layer here. And I'm terrified of creepers, man. I do not want creepers to come over here right now. I don't know how these things react to explosions, but I don't want to find out. So we're just going to try to do our best to steer clear of them. Now, we can do something here. We're going to try it right now and just kind of see if that's what we want. But if we take that out, it's going to be a little bit lower to the ground. So basically what I did here is I just used the line tool. So if you come through here, you can use like the line and it places a whole block up. Now I knew for sure I didn't want it to be that tall, but I don't know if I want it to be that low. So I don't know, that actually doesn't look that bad, and you'd be able to see a little bit more of the detail. And what I'm kind of thinking is I'm going to do this row here, and then I'm going to come out one block or one little pixel around the outside just to kind of give like a nice little border to the top. So I'm thinking this will actually work pretty well. Now if I wanted to undo that, all I got to do is just do undo a few times here, and it'll place everything back the way I had it. So I don't know, I'm thinking that'll probably be pretty good, but it's going to take some tinkering around with this for a little bit to you know, get exactly what we want here, but I think that's actually pretty nice. So I'm gonna get back to it, and then I'll bring you guys back in once we start doing the water stuff. Well, I'll show you. I'll probably be another progress report here in just a little bit, but the next time we'll come back in and we'll do some real commentary. It'll be when we're doing. Oh, can we sleep before he gets here? Almost. Burn. Die. But yeah, we'll come back in when we start doing some of the big water stuff. So yeah, back to it, I guess. Alright dudes, check this out. This is really cool. The more that I'm using this, I'm learning so much about this mod, which is crazy. So there's a lot of little shortcuts and things that you can do with this mod to speed up the building process, and one of the ones that I just found out about now is the connected plane. Now I've used it before, but I didn't realize exactly how powerful it is, especially when you got a lot of detail here. So what I was trying to use before was just a plain texture, and I wanted to fill this in with the dark prismarine here. So what I was doing that, and it pops out on this side here, and that is not what we want. So using the undo, what we can do is come back in and use the connected plane, and check that out. That is so good. That is so cool. So we can just come back in and fill all that in if we want to, like that, and it's awesome. So now actually what I want to do is take out these center ones like so I can at least still see that cross there, so I can see the center of the pond or the fountain. And yeah, we're getting a little bit closer. So I've got a bunch of different textures here. So we knocked it down, what you guys saw in the last clip, at like a quarter of a block. And I've got a line of the dark prismarine there, and this is actually stone as compared to the stone bricks which we have around here, but there's not enough of the stone bricks to really tell that it's stone brick texture. So I guess that's kind of cool. But yeah, so now I just got to work on a lip around the outside of this pond here, and I don't know how exactly we want to do that. Actually, you know what, let's play around with it right here. So we'll do connected plane, we'll put that one there, and then we're going to do like these first four little sections right here. And now we're going to use the draw region. And so now if we come across like so, we can pop out one block. Now is that what we want? It's kind of hard to tell that it's even popping out one, isn't it? I guess like kind of from the side here. But then what we could do is come up. We'll do draw region still, and let's do stone again. I'm trying to switch up the blocks here a little bit so we don't have to come back in later and do as much. But if we come back in with the stone brick and do that, then you can really kind of tell that there's a lip around the outside. Yeah, I don't know, man. That looks kind of cool to me. And then we could always do something too. We could come in a little bit later on and do some more detail stuff. So right here, let's do a line, and I think, oh no, well I guess that kind of works. Oh no, what's going on here? Let's undo all that. how do we want to do this? We'll do it like that. And then we'll do single bits to knock this back down. So we could put it like a little bit more detail around the outside if we wanted to. But I mean, that's kind of the downfall of this mod, is you can spend hours doing this stuff, man. So I've been at this now for, I'd say, about almost an hour and a half, and I've just got this done. And now that I know about the connected plane thing, it's going to take me a lot less time. But there's still just, there's so much stuff that you can do with this mod. It's insane. But yeah, so I think this is what we're going to go with here. I think this looks pretty good to me. So we'll do the connected plane, and I'm just going to start banging this out a little bit. It's going to take a while, but we'll get it done. Alright, well, we're getting somewhere. This is awesome. I'm not going to lie. I'm having a blast doing this. This is a ton of work, but I think the payoff is going to be really, really nice. So check this out, man. Like, this is cool. Like, you don't ever see this kind of stuff, at least not in this world. I mean, granted, this is our vanilla series, but we did add Chisel and Bits. So the reason I haven't been using Chisel and Bits is because I do want to keep this world mostly vanilla. That should be the name of the series, mostly vanilla. But yeah, like, there's certain spots and stuff like this that I would like to do some accent work with Chisel and Bits. And the nice thing about this is if you ever do download the world download, which I think we're going to try to do one around episode 220, which is soon, you can either download Chisel and Bits and install that, and I'll do like a whole tutorial about how to download Chisel and Bits and get that all working with this world. But even if you download just the normal world and put it into a vanilla server, or in your vanilla file, whatever it is, single player, if you don't have Chisel and Bits installed, all these blocks are just going to disappear. Okay, so that's why I don't want to build like huge structures, and I don't really consider this a huge structure just because it's, you know, it's just going to be a fountain. It's not like practical. It's not a farm or a house or a building or something like that. So if this isn't here in the world download, it's not that big of a deal to me. And that's why I kind of choose to do like little accent stuff with Chisel and Bits instead of doing like a huge build with it. So yeah, we're trying to keep it mostly vanilla here. But yeah, so this is what we got so far, man. This is like the base of the fountain, and I was playing around with some different blocks. I was using some block of coal bits in place of this prismarine here, but I didn't really care for it. It was too dark and it just kind of dreary. Honestly, I don't really care too much for the dark prismarine now that I see it, but there's no way of just like swapping out the blocks. I'd have to go back in and chisel each one individually, and I don't really feel like doing that. So now we're kind of stuck with it, and I think we can make it work, and it matches pretty well kind of around here and the color scheme that we got going on, but I'm not a huge fan of it, unfortunately. I did use some coal back in there just to kind of add a little bit of a different color. But I think what we're going to do is, after I start working on this bowl here, so this is going to be like the bottom bowl, okay, and there's going to be two smaller ones going up on top. So we have full blocks here in the center, and then we have half blocks here on the outside. And so now I'm going to come back through and I'm going to chisel another circle here, and then we'll kind of raise up the edges just a little bit, probably like 2 or 3 blocks. And then from there we'll work on the next bowl and then the top bowl. So I'll probably do all of the bowls, then I'll come back and show you what we got going on. And then from there we can actually start putting the water in and call this thing finished. So we're not too terribly far away from being done, which is awesome. Didn't take quite as long as I thought it was going to, but yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. So I just wanted to give you a progress report of what's going on and show you how it looks. And yeah, we'll be back. Alright dudes, one more status update before I come back and finish the whole thing real quick, and then we come back in and add the water. So I wanted to share with you guys the positive chisel design. Now I've used this before, and I've been using it a little bit here on the bottom one. Just it's a little bit more detailed, but down here there's just so many blocks that I figured it would have kind of been hard to use this thing back and forth, just because if you take a look here, if I grab a normal tool, you can see that's one block, that's a block, that's a block. I think that takes care of that one. So it's just a lot of positive chisel design around the outside here. But now that we're getting into the center here, these are going to be just a couple of blocks here, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. And what we can do is we can go ahead, I've already cleared it, so now we can shift right click on this and we copy that design there. And it's kind of hard to see where it is, but if we click right there, you can see that we got that. And then we can come around on this side. We can do the same thing there, and then the same thing there. And so now we've got kind of this weird looking thing. Now it's not exactly right. It looks like, yeah, okay, so I did copy it. So now we just got to copy these two little outside bits right here. And so all we got to do is clear this guy like so, and then we can come around and we can copy this bit. And I think it's gonna do, we're gonna have to do two separate ones. So we got this one on this side and we got this one on this side. So that's the right side. So now we're gonna come over here and we're going to, I don't want to replace, I think it's placement. Is that working? Let's try additive. No, let's undo that one. This I hadn't quite worked out just yet. Alright, so it's not on that one either. Is it impose? No. What was going on here? Maybe it's just on the same one that we had. So replace. Oh no, that's not what we want. That replaces the whole block. The problem is I can't see it. Is the thing. So if we do placement. Oh, it's copying the bottom piece too. Interesting. Huh. Well, this part I hadn't quite worked out, I guess. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we just got to click the bottom side and then it adds it all in. So like so. Right? And then if we do here, no. So now we got to clear it and do the other side, this one. I think. This is where it gets a little confusing. So shift right click on that guy, and then right there, and then right there, and then again right there, and that should be the whole bowl. So yeah, check that out, man. That is really, really awesome. Up here I think it's going to be a little bit easier because this should all be within 4 blocks. And you can see I think we're just a couple shy of being 3 blocks tall at this point. And so we're only going to go a couple of little bits higher, probably about like another 5 bits higher, and then we'll make the last bowl, and that'll be as tall as it gets. So yep, it's pretty cool, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'm having a lot of fun learning how to use this mod. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in a little bit later on after we build the next bowl, and we're gonna chisel out little bits where the water will actually pour from one bowl to the other. And you can kind of see I've already done it here. So from right here, this is water is going to be pouring down into the bottom part. So it's going to be neat when this is all said and done. So we're almost there, man. Almost. Ooh, creeper. So, you know, now that I'm looking at it, I feel like the bottom is too big. Yeah, I'm not real sure. If we take a look from back here, I mean, it's not terrible, but it is just kind of big though, isn't it? I don't know. We'll wait until we get it all filled up and we'll kind of see what it looks like. So now we've got this all said and done. We need to make a place for where the water pours out, and we're going to do single bits for this. Now on the bottom here, we have kind of like the 4 sides here, and I was going to do in the corners here. We may still do it, so it's like, you know, up here we just kind of have the top. We're definitely going to have just the center part. So we'll make it 3 or 4 wide, like so. right, on each one. So 2 blocks in, 4 blocks wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, like so. And then water is going to be pouring out of there like that. It's kind of hard to tell with those textures. Yeah, that looks good to me. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 like that. So that is all said and done. So we got 4 on the top, and then I think we're going to do 4 here, and then down on the bottom ring we'll actually have 4 or 8 spots where the water flows out. So we'll have like the sides here like we do all the other ones, but then we'll also have these bottom ones kind of spilling over, and then this will probably be filled with water up until about this level here. So it won't be completely all the way that deep, but it'll be filled with water, so it should be kind of cool. So let's see about this one. Oh, it's almost nighttime again. I do not want to get blown up by a creeper. I think we'll probably just do sort of the same thing, or we could do the sides here if we wanted to. So if we try to find the center of this, we could do 1, 2, 3. But that's not the center, is it? Could do it like that. So it's lined up with that block there. Let's try and see. Actually, can we just copy that design here? I wonder. Let's try. We'll do that like so, and then we'll do boom. Oh no. I love the undo button, man. This mod would be impossible without the undo button. Nope. Like that. We'll do one more like so. Perfect. So now we copy the design all the way around, and it looks really... What is happening? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It looks kind of janky, like up close, you know, it's just kind of very pixelated and blocky, but from far away it actually looks pretty neat, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna look really cool once we get the blue water in there. So we need to go make a Chisel Bit tank, and I believe I remember how to make this thing. We're gonna go try it out real quick. I think it's a couple of pieces of wood, a piece of glass, and a piece of iron. I'm not real sure, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna leave the one that I have with the lava there inside the hut, because whenever I need that, I've got it on hand. But we can go ahead and make another one for the water stuff here, and I've got a bunch of blocks I can go ahead and put away real quick. Okay, much better. So we got a bunch of chisel bits on us, but we don't really need those. So we need a couple of logs. So let's see. I think we'll grab 3 oak logs like so. We need a piece of glass like so, and then a piece of iron, I think. Let's try this real quick. So glass and then wood. No. Okay, I may have to look up the recipe. Alright, I just had it backwards. So we need 3 pieces of glass and 1 piece of wood, which doesn't make sense to me. We'll do like that. Perfect. There we go. And so now it's the piece of wood in the middle, glass around that with iron on the bottom. So there's our chiseled fluid bit tank. And I think we just need to fill this up with a bucket of water. Now, just one of my buckets got snagged from making that blueprint thing, so we'll have to make or fill this up with water here like so. And then if we throw this guy down right here and throw the bucket in there, now I believe, yeah, we can start getting water. Very cool. Now, will that keep its inventory while we move it around? Fill. It doesn't say it's got anything in it, so if we need to fill it up again, that's fine. We can do that over here. But I was kind of curious how this works, because I didn't really play around with it too much with the lava. Oh, can we make it? Oh, that is good. That is real. Oh no. So let's throw this guy down there. Yeah, so it loses its inventory, which is kind of a bummer, but that's okay. What just happened there? Alright, so let's throw this guy here, and we're gonna work on the little bits of waterfall first, okay? So let's grab quite a few of these things. I don't know how many we're gonna need, but I think that should be fine. So let's work on the waterfall. We want it to be about 1 block lower than where it pours out, because it doesn't make sense that the water is going to be up that high, right? So we'll have it come down like this, and then can we see like underneath it? I think it's this one, right? So if we come over 4 like so. Ooh, what's going on here? Something is off. I think we're off on this side. So if we build this all the way up, is that going to work? Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. So now what we can actually do is do the drawn or connected plane. So we come up like so. Throw that in there like that. Check it out, man. We got water. It's animated and everything. That looks really cool. Ugh, I cannot wait to do this. This is going to be awesome. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing on this side. And how many blocks is it out from the bottom of this guy? Oh, I keep like jumping up this thing and it's driving me nuts. It's like small enough for us to just like kind of walk up like stairs. Driving me crazy. Alright, so let's do there, like that. And then we can come down on the... No, it's not going to work on the bottom side. We can't. We got to take it off of the connected plane. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1. And how wide is it? It's 4 wide, right? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if we build this all the way up, it should line up, right? Perfect. Very cool. So I guess I'm just going to spend a little bit of time doing all of this. I'll get the top one in, and then I'll come back and we'll show you the next one, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the bottom one, and then we'll come back and we'll fill it all up together. Alright, so there's that top one. Take a step back. Oh, that looks so cool, man. Not going to lie. I am loving it. And now for this one, I think what we're going to do is we'll start on this level here, right? That looks okay. And then we'll actually take these blocks out here. Oh, that's weird. It's got the same like properties as water. So if we build up from here, is that going to line up with that top one? No, that's way off. It's so difficult to try to do this. Let's just do like that and build up from the bottom. I think that'll work. Oh, and then I was going to show you too, one other trick that I found is if you change your field of vision. So if we turn this down to like 35, it's kind of disorienting a little bit, but it allows you to kind of zoom in and really see what you're working on with Chisel Bits. So I don't know, take it as you will. It might help you a little bit, it may not, but I don't know. I feel like this can be pretty useful sometimes, especially when you're trying to do a lot of small, like single bit detail work. Like this is working out perfectly. Okay, so there's that one, and now the problem is you just got to zoom back in and out all the time, and it can be kind of a hassle. So what does that one look like from the outside here? Oh, that looks so cool. Alright, so now I'm going to copy that one all the way around. Alright, second layer done, and now we got the bottom one. So this one is going to be a little bit more tricky because we're going to have 8 little waterfalls instead of just 4. Now what I'm thinking is we want the water to come out like probably right there. So this one is going to be like a 2 deep waterfall thing. So let's try, we're just going to do the one here. So if we build that all the way up, that's going to come up underneath the thing. What up, Samson? Let's come up like so. Yeah. Okay, so now we want to come out like this, and that is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that, and then now we can do connected plane. We can come all the way up like this. Oh, look at that, guys. Look at that. Oh, that is so neat. We may even be able to come up like one more on that in a little bit, but we'll try that here and after a while. So right now I just kind of want to get everything lined up first. Alright, well, water is much harder to work with. I guess because it's see-through, it's kind of hard to line things up. And I think that I've got all of these symmetrical, like perfectly copied from one corner to the other, but I probably don't, to be honest. Like, this one looks a little funky to me, but if I can't tell from far away, I am not going to mess with it, because at this point it's just kind of being really picky. Now, I say I'm going to do it, but I probably won't. I would like to go ahead and make this a little bit smaller around the bottom, but I probably won't. That's just so much work, man. I put in a lot of time doing all this down here, so we'll probably just leave it as is for now. Now, I may come back and change it a little bit later on, but for now, I think it came out really, really nice. It's pretty cool. So check this out. I found this out when I was doing this. You like fly up the side of this thing if you come up in the water. Yeah, but one of the other things I was thinking kind of early on when I started making this, it was already too late, but I was like, man, it would be cool to put the Ender Dragon up here, or the Ender Dragon egg. But since we're centered on 4 blocks, so it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 separate blocks right here, we wouldn't be able to do it. It'd be off center up here. So that's kind of a bummer that we're not going to be able to do that, but you know, it is what it is. So now we can finally put the finishing touches on this, man. It's going to be sweet. So how much water do we have? Does it show us in there? We've got like 2,000 blocks of water. We're probably going to need more. So we can go ahead and throw that in there. So I've already used a whole one of these tanks just on this water here, which is insane. But now we can do the connected plane like so. And then we can just come up here and start filling this up, man. Boom. Just like so. Oh, that is so cool, man. Absolutely cool. And so that is, we need to come up one more. Like that. Right? That looks cool. Oh, nope. Yep, we're out of water already. So let's just go ahead and grab everything out of here, because I know we're going to need it. For sure we're going to need it. Hopefully we don't start spewing bits all over the place, though. I think we're good. Oh, we did it. Alright, so now let's see. Is this still on connected plane? It is. So we need to come up one more right there. Very nice. Oh, that is so cool, man. It surrounds everything perfectly. I love it. And so now we're going to start from the edge here. Let's do that one there. Looks like I forgot to connect it right here on the top. That's fine. And is that tall enough? I think we need to come up one more. Yeah, like so. And then we can do that there, that there. And then I'm trying not to screw anything up here. I think we're doing a pretty good job. Okay, and so there. So that's it, right? Around the outside? It all looks even. I'm trying to look like further over this way to make sure it all fit up. But yeah, so we come up 2 on each one of these. Like so. There it is, man. Let's take a step back and look. Look at that. That is insane. This is Minecraft. that is absolutely unreal. Okay, so from here, we need to figure out how deep we want this to go, and I'm gonna need so much more bits. It's insane. All right, so we'll grab these, and let's do a couple more here. Let's just figure out how deep we want this. So I'm kind of thinking maybe like right at that line. Or do we want to go even further? Like that. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Yeah, so we'll go up to 1 over that line, just like that. And now we're just gonna work our way all the way around. Holy crap, this is gonna take so much water. Alright guys, last block. Oh, this is so awesome. This took forever, man. I've been recording now for a little over 4 hours, and depending on how long this actual parts that I recorded are, I may do some time-lapsey bits because I've recorded all 4 hours. Oh, that's weird, man. You like do an auto hop. Very strange. But yeah, so just depending on how much actual video footage that I have, like for the actual video there is, I may do some time-lapsey bits of us building and kind of derping around with this in the beginning. So if you saw some time-lapsey bits, hopefully you enjoyed it. If you didn't, sorry you missed out. There was enough footage here for it all. But yeah, dudes, check this out. This is so cool. Like, that is insane. Let's go ahead and clear up some of this stuff here, and we can move and just kind of see what's going on. So yeah, the bottom is a little big, but I don't think it's actually that bad. And once we get some, like, we could do some other decorations and stuff around here too. Like I said, I wanted to do some like benches or something. I got to kind of figure out what's appropriate for this area because I feel like this is a little bit out of place, to be honest. I think. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. So if you got opinions on this one way or the other, you like it, you hate it, let me know in the comments down below. And if there's any way that I can improve this, then feel free to leave that down in a comment below also. And I'll probably do some more minor detail work around the outside here. Like, I know I wanted to, let's get on here, and then we'll do a line. I wanted to come over here and do this earlier, but I think it's like that. And then we do the single bits to get rid of these guys. Kind of around on all 4 sides here. So just kind of some smaller detail work I may do or try to get done before next episode and show you what we got going on. But yeah, so I am going to go ahead and wrap this up here. I am starving. It's time to go get some dinner and just take a break from the computer for a little bit, man. This is hard on my eyes. This is real hard on my eyes. But it came out really, really nice, and I love it. This is awesome. It's so much work, but it was kind of worth it in the end. I think it looks pretty good. Is that centered? That doesn't look centered to me. 6. Yeah, that's centered. Okay. But yeah, so anyways, dudes, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit that like button for me down below. It really helps my channel out, man. You guys have been killing it here recently, so make sure you keep up the support. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you stick around so you can see what's going on next episode, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But anyways, dudes, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you soon, all right? Thanks for watching. Peace.